Hello friends, welcome all. See, in the last lecture, already I explained you about the individual demand and market demand, and both the cases the demand curve is sloping downward from left to right. Today we have to see the reasons for that. The very first reason is law of diminishing marginal utility. What it says that we have seen that marginal utility goes on diminishing with an increase in the stock of a commodity and vice versa. Therefore, a consumer tends to buy more when price falls and vice versa. See what it says that in case of diminishing marginal utility, just like the same thing here, that is the main reason for the downward sloping of the demand curve, that as price will become less, the consumer wants to buy more and more of that commodity, because when the price falls, a consumer may purchase more quantity with more quantity, because वो ज़्यादा खरीद सकता है कम प्राइस पे. That's why it is shows the downward sloping demand curve. Okay, the second one is the income effect. See, in this case of normal goods, when the price falls, purchasing power, that is real income. What is meant by purchasing power or real income? That means if a consumer is having 100 rupees and he want to purchase a few commodities in that 100 rupees, and the price of the normal goods, suppose at the price of rupees 50, he can purchase only two goods of that commodity. But if the price falls to 30 rupees, definitely he will buy more than one. That means he can buy three. That is known as income effect. So, here it is given that purchasing power or real income of a consumer increases, which enables him to buy more of that commodity. This is known as income effect. So I think all of you getting clear about this. Then the third one is substitution effect. In case of substitute goods, when the price of commodity rises, the consumer tends to buy more of its substitute and less that of whose price has increased. For this, I have to give you one example. See, Pepsi and Coca-Cola. We can see they are both each close substitute to each other. If I put both of them in the glass and I will show to you, we cannot identify which is Pepsi, which is Coca-Cola, because it tastes same, it looks same. But if the price of the Pepsi, see, if we can purchase the Pepsi in 10 rupees bottle, also in Coca-Cola is also in 10 rupees. But if the price of the Coca-Cola will become 9 rupees, consumer wants to purchase the 9 rupee bottle instead of Pepsi. This is known as substitution effect. I think because of that example, that you are getting clear about that. Then the next point. Next point is multi-purpose uses. When the commodity can be used for satisfying several needs, its demand will rise with a fall in its price and fall with a rise in its price. Multi-purpose uses जो है, that means, just for an example, if I take a electricity, we have the electricity in our home and it is used at so many purposes, just like ironing of the clothes, refrigerator, washing machine, mixer and grinder, juicer, microwave, all this. And if the price of the commodity, that means per unit electricity charge, if it gets reduced, definitely we will try to consume it more. But if the price per unit of that particular of electricity will increase, then we will try to consume less. This is known as multi-purpose uses, and that's why demand curve always sloping downwards, because it shows the inverse relationship between the price and the commodity, use of the commodity, we can say. Then the fifth one is new consumer. When the price of a commodity falls, a new consumer class appears who can now afford the commodity. That means, for this one, again I want to give you one example. If right now, if the person who wants a mobile phone, if he has having 10,000 only, and at this 10,000 rupees, at this price, there are some limited quantity of the mobiles available. But if the price of the mobile phone will get reduced, then the consumer is having more variety, then he can choose from many of the varieties, and therefore the we can say that new consumer will appear, and therefore demand curve always slope downwards from left to right. I think all of you getting clear about this, why the demand curve slope downwards. This question is asked for the 4 marks in the your board paper. Okay, now we will go further, that is types of demand. There are 5 types of demand. The first one is direct demand. It is a demand by the consumer for goods which satisfy their wants directly. For example, it is already given here, demand for cloth, sugar, etc. That means it is directly demanded by the consumer, and it is when we pay for it, it will get satisfied. Indirect demand is also known as derived demand. See, this question is also asked in the fill in the blanks or in the options also. Indirect demand is also known as, you have given 4 options. It is a derived demand. It refers to the demand for goods which are needed for further production. That means it is demand for producers' goods. The goods which is required for producing other goods, that is known as indirect demand. Hence, all the factors of production have indirect or derived demand, because without factors of production, one cannot produce or one cannot manufacture the actual commodities or goods. Here the example is given. Demand for workers in a sugar factory is derived or indirect demand. If there are no workers in the factory, is there possible to make a sugar from sugarcane? No. Though all the work is done by the machine, but to operate that machine, some labor must be required, and therefore it is requirement of the workers is the derived demand. Okay, I think all of you are understood this. Then third one is complementary or joint demand. When two or more goods are demanded jointly to satisfy a single want, it is known as joint or complementary demand. See, it is very clear. Example has been given, car and fuel, etc. Is it possible that we purchased only car and we don't want fuel in it? Unless and until we put fuel in it, the car will not be driven. And therefore, this is known as complementary or joint demand. The next one is composite demand. The demand for a commodity which can be put to several uses is known as composite demand. I already given you the example for this, that is electricity. And one electricity is used for so many purposes. Daily we are using it. Right now, without electricity, we cannot make this video, because there must be a laptop or computer, and for that the electricity must be demanded for this. Okay, so this is the composite demand. Then the last one is competitive demand. It is the demand for those goods which are substitute for each other. For example, tea or coffee, sugar or jaggery, etc. That means competitive demand when there are goods which have close substitute for each other. That means in the market, if the price of the tea become increased, the demand for coffee will increase. Why? Because in that case, the demand for tea will get reduced, because the price of the tea will get increased, and therefore demand for tea will get reduced, and the consumers will shift their satisfaction from tea to coffee. Similarly, sugar or jaggery, if the price of the sugar increases, people start using jaggery instead of sugar. Okay, so these are the types of demand. I think today I will end this lecture with this. The next I will explain you in the next lecture. Okay, if you have any doubt, please put a doubt in the comment section. I will definitely clear your doubt. Please like and subscribe my channel, share my channel, so that each and everyone will be benefited. Okay, bye.